when the people comes to Rwanda, they are often surprised by the country's beauty.
People who stay here in Rwanda, they love the country.
Having travelled in different countries in Africa, Kigali is very unique. If you just raise your eyes above the shops, you can see the hills. It's just beautiful.
Rwanda has worked hard to bring peace and reconciliation. You see Rwandans trying hard to unite themselves.
Before, we have some tribalism, Hutu and Tutsi. Now, that is finished. You are Rwanda.
People still think the genocide is still going on in Rwanda. So many Rwandans really want to change that image.
And you know, it is now 12 years. The genocide is finished. We have good progress.
And when Rwandans look back what they have achieved, there's an amount of pride. There is a craving from the people to tell their story.
You know, everything you cannot stop quickly is to go slowly. It is that reason we have some problems.
When you see what Rwanda inherited, it was a mess in this country. And nobody wanted to come here. It was only Rwandans who remained. When I used to come back to Rwanda and looking at the condition of young people lived in, it broke my heart. It's a country that inherited so much problem after 1994. Today, the majority of Rwandan population is youth. It's estimated that there are about 7,000 street children in Kigali, either orphans of AIDS or their parents are in prison accused of genocide. Some of the street children have born around 1994 from the mothers who've been raped, and the mothers found difficult to cope with the children, and the children found it very difficult to survive at home and took the streets.
Every day, Viv and I were meeting a group of boys living, working on the street. They really wanted somewhere to live, and they actually came and asked us.
We spent 2 years studying, focusing on the needs of young people, and recorded what they expressed, what they want from the center.
And it was about whether they were receiving information, did they know about their rights, did they, when you talk to an international organisation and they say they have this information for young people, and then you go to the young people and you ask them, did you know about this? And more often than not, they don't know.
It was something that Nick and I have thought about. We invested a lot of time to make sure that the strategy and the approach we bring will be effective.
It's going to be an information resource centre, but first of all, you have to, to really look at the people that are going to benefit and how they're going to benefit. These kids are not going to benefit from a newsletter, if they can't read because they haven't been able to go to school. You have to maybe look at the more immediate needs. So it's quite a difficult situation for us, but we really believe, that we can really help these kids.
We're going to continue working to make sure that children have their rights at least for basic needs.
On Open of Marembo, I see the gate, Santre Marembo, Ruaiko, and I ask, what is Santre Marembo? What is the object for this center? For me, I come here, I have two ideas: to help this group and, if possible, to give me a salary. Now, Viv and Nikki tell me all money we receive is to help this group in accommodation, it's to pay the clothes, to give medicine, to give food. We don't have money to give your salary. Every man who came is to help this group to leave the street. It is that reason, and me accepted. I'm coming. I can make all my effort to see if these boys can leave the bad condition and come to good condition. We have now 1 year and 4 months. We have start of 16 boys. Now we have 400 people who come here like a support. We have 12 groups who came here. We have a group for computer. It's one of school boys. They don't have money to go to pay. We come here, ask if possible to give the knowledge, teach computer. He came here, we teach him for free. We have another group, English class. The reason to make the class, it is every day youth who came here ask, please, please, please make class for English. And you have decided to make the class, and that class helped many.
We have one organisation that come to work with us. They come and they teach about peace and reconciliation. They use, for example, pictures. They use to challenge the way the young people see things and their perception of the world.
We have another group for sewing machine. It's a garage. He don't have chance to go to school. Now we start to make a shirt, short for our boys.
We've established good links with Kigali Institute of Education. This association was taking young people on the street and teaching them on the street. So when Marembo began, we invited them to come and bring any other young people they were working with, so they can study in a better environment than the street.
I remember that at the time when we found the children at the Kisiment Center, the children were very dirty. Some of them took the drugs. But fortunately we found this center. The good people came and helped the children to find the place where to sleep, where to eat the good food. Our dream when we met the children for the first time, we want to change really the outlook of the world. We think that our dreams, with the help of the responsible of this center, becoming the reality.
We have a group for cards, who make cards, craft. And we start to sell his cards. We have another group for karate. And normally karate, first thing we teach on karate, it's a discipline. First we take 30 minutes for discipline. And we have another group for dance, traditional dance, modern dance.
We also work with local businesses. We visited many garages around so that our mechanics theory group here can go on to have some work experience.
nitwa Ndahayo Ismail, nkaba mba mu Gatenga, nkaba mbana na mubyara wanjye, nkaba naramenye kino kigo cya Centre Marembo mu kwezi kwa mbere uyu mwaka. Nanjye naraje tujyana mu igaraje mu kwa kabiri, nkaba maze kugira ubumenyi buringaniye ku buryo nanjye hari ibyo mbasha gukora.
We also work with a number of local schools here. They have a mixture of young people, but majority maybe are from more wealthy, privileged backgrounds. We encourage these young people to join us in the school holidays, and if they're old enough, they volunteer, they help to support the program we're offering. So that here we've created an environment where everybody's comfortable from all different backgrounds. They share together, they learn from each other, they play together.
I like to be in Centre Marembo because we have a vision. It's like it's a big part to my life to be a volunteer. I don't need any money, and I like kids and all youth, and I like my country, and I know the problem of my country in my country in Africa. I ask what can I do to my country? I have to take this opportunity I have it, and use that to help another.
Centre Marembo have tried to create a dialogue between single women who have children at the center, to enable them to solve their problem, particularly the financial problem, which seems to be the main reason that children leave their homes. Most of are either infected by HIV, or they are widows, have nothing, or their husbands are in prison. So far, we have a partnership with one women cooperative called Gaha Links, which trains women in making crafts. Finding a long-term solution for children is to make sure that women can access a certain income.
The HIV prevalence rate here in Rwanda amongst youth, it's around 4%, 4.1%. So for us at Marembo, we really want to use the opportunity of World AIDS Day and try to make something really memorable for the young people we work with. We went to visit a local organisation. They're working with all people suffering with HIV and AIDS. Our young people had prepared some food to share with them, and then some comedies to share with them, and so it's just it's a beginning to maybe some partnership with such organisations. We believe our young people here, they've got the strength, they've got the energy, they've got the time to be involved in really valuable community projects. They've got a lot to offer. Rather than seeing themselves as the victims, it's nice that they also feel they have something to offer as well. For our World AIDS Day activities, we decided to prepare some banners, some flags. The young people took part making all these really colourful messages. I think 250 young people joined us in the morning and we walked together. Our anti-AIDS group organised some dramas, some poems, some songs, some dances, which they performed at the stadium, and actually they took part in competitions there.
Our boys, it's the same. It's my son for Nikki, son for Viv. It's that reason that our boys, before he came here, he has some problem for stomach, big on this place, very bad. Now he has good condition, good health. We have a doctor. If he's sick, you bring to hospital. Have good health. And on road, he take many things bad. Take cigarette, take marijuana, take alcohol, take glue. Now everything is stopped.
Currently, we accommodate a group of 16 boys. These boys were the first group that approached us when we opened the gates here.
He sleeps there, he take food, he clean house. Every job for the boys at home, it is him who takes responsibility for that. This place, it is a place who pass night. This place who live. And now it's finished for lunch. After lunch, it take pause, and after that he has some games. He start games. After games, at 6 o'clock, we can start to make food for him. It's him who makes food for her. You know, now it is a place who sleep. We have some big room and small rooms, and every bed takes 3 boys, 2 boys on bottom bunk, and 1 boy on top bunk. The picture we make on the wall. Our boys normally like football, some teams, Manchester. If you have some picture of Manchester, Arsenal, every star, some picture for star. This is a newspaper produced by PSI. PSI is one of organizations who live here in Rwanda, produce and give education about HIV to the youth, how to be protected with HIV. The youth who came to Centre Marembo, we give that information.
When we get the children, we encourage them to interact with the community, to ensure that children can go back to their families or can be integrated back to their community. Before, they were seen as worthless, drug addicts, a problem for the community, and now they are seen as part of the solution.
In the last school holiday, we managed to find some support to send a number of the young people home to visit their families.
We don't force them, but we encourage them. It's to remind them that family is important. The center is there to help them. What we can offer, it's not enough. We need support from their families.
It's been really hard for a lot of the boys to go home to see their families again, even if they're missing them. It can even be 2 or 3 years since they last saw their family. Now they're in a position to go home. They look smart, they're in a good condition, they can go and talk about the year they've just had at school, and they can now talk about what they want to do with their lives. They can talk about something, their hope for the future. They can see their potential, they can see the possibilities ahead of them.
One thing I like to tell you, it's to teach Rwandans and generally African to be volunteer. Normally we know the volunteers for vessel from outside. Now I'm Rwandese, I'm volunteer, I'm happy for this job. I don't have salary, I don't have anything. I know next year my future should be good. I prepare my future.
The volunteers here, they have their own problems. They have families, brothers and sisters to look after. It's not really sustainable until we can give them a salary, until we can pay them. When I started working at Marembo and we started working with volunteers, many people came and told me it's impossible to find a volunteer in Rwanda. Over the period of a year, we've now got around 10 that really work hard. it's important to us to continue working with them, not to start again with new people every time. We have the will to do many things. We can see the need around us. We can see how we can do something, but we just lack the means.
If I talk personally, there's people who inspired me within my community, in my family, and that kind of inspiration has made a big impact in my life. I think if people were secure enough in their financial, in their homes, I think it would be impossible that the genocide could have reached that level that it did in 1994. So I'm hoping that if Centre Marembo can contribute in poverty reduction, contribute to solve youth problems, we can have the Rwanda we want. We can see peace and stability last forever.